Sunlight bathed Farmer McGregor's bustling garden. Young Corey, a vibrant carrot, dreamed of the world. Beyond the weathered wooden fence, adventure called to him. Unlike his family, Corey yearned for a greater purpose. He disliked the thought of being a mere ingredient. Pat, a wise, cracking potato, was his best friend. Pat often tried to temper Corey's wild ambitions. He warned of dangers lurking outside the patch. Their peaceful existence was about to shatter. A menacing shadow fell over the garden. Farmer McGregor's voice boomed. "Harvest day!" Panic rippled through the vegetable patch. Corey saw his chance for a grand escape, not just for himself, but for all vegetables. He envisioned a different, free fate for them. Corey began to rally the other produce. Skepticism and fear met his initial pleas. Many vegetables were deeply rooted in fear. His infectious optimism slowly started to win them over. A small, motley crew began to form. First, a timid pea pod named Pip joined him. Then, Ollie, a grumpy but resourceful onion, agreed. Corey outlined his daring breakout plan. The risks were immense, he admitted openly, but the promise of freedom was even greater. They would move under the cover of night, avoid the farmer's watchful eyes and tools. Pat, ever cautious, questioned the details. Corey reassured him with a confident smile. Pip trembled slightly, but held her ground. Ollie grumbled about potential pitfalls, but his sharp mind was already strategizing. They gathered secretly near the old shed. Whispers of hope and fear filled the air. Corey felt a surge of leadership. He knew this was bigger than just him. The moon cast long shadows over the garden. The fence loomed, a symbol of their confinement, and also their ultimate destination. Corey gave a silent nod to his companions. Their hearts pounded with anticipation. The great garden escape was about to begin. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves. The scent of damp earth filled the air. Corey took a deep, determined breath. Pip clutched a tiny, smooth pebble. Ollie adjusted his leafy cap. Ready. Pat gave Corey a reassuring wink. The first star twinkled in the darkening sky. A distant owl hooted softly. Corey scanned the perimeter carefully. No sign of the farmer or his dog. This was their moment, their only chance. He whispered, "Now," with quiet urgency. The small band began to move stealthily. Each vegetable played their assigned role. Towards the fence, towards the unknown, freedom glimmered just beyond reach. Their journey had truly just begun. A new chapter was unfolding tonight. Corey, Pat, Pip, and Ollie huddled, ready to move. The garden hose lay ahead, a slippery green serpent. Corey led, his small roots gripping the rubber. Pat grumbled, sliding precariously behind him. Pip, trembling, clung to Ollie's sturdy side. They navigated the slick, wet surface carefully. Each tiny root found perches, inch by inch. Next, the towering compost heap loomed, smelling earthy. Ollie, resourceful, found a discarded leaf for climbing. They scaled the mountain of decaying matter. The rich, earthy scent filled their tiny nostrils. A hungry squirrel chattered, eyes fixed on Pip. Corey quickly rolled a small pebble, distracting it. The squirrel scampered off, momentarily confused. Farmer McGregor's shadow fell across the path. They froze, blending into the surrounding foliage. His heavy boots thudded past, oblivious to them. The ground vibrated with each approaching step. Relief washed over the small, daring group. A friendly ladybug offered directions to the shed. Her antennae twitched, pointing the way forward. They thanked her, pressing onward with renewed hope. Suddenly, a grumpy earthworm blocked their way. He demanded a toll, wiggling impatiently. Ollie bartered with a tiny piece of root. Passing, the earthworm grumbled, but accepted the offering. The shed door creaked open. A dark maw. They slipped inside, seeking temporary refuge. Dust motes danced in the single shaft of light. The air was thick with the smell of old tools. Cobwebs brushed against their delicate leaves. A sudden clatter. The door slammed shut, trapping them. Panic flared. "We are caught," whispered Pip. Corey's leadership faltered, despair creeping in. Pat, usually cautious, surveyed their predicament. He spotted a loose floorboard, barely visible. A sliver of light peeked from beneath it. "A diversion!" Pat exclaimed, a plan forming. He instructed Ollie to push a rusty watering can. The can tumbled, creating a loud, echoing crash. Farmer McGregor's voice boomed from outside. He fumbled with the lock, distracted by the noise. Corey and Pip squeezed through the floorboard gap. Pat and Ollie followed, their escape route clear. They emerged into the twilight. A thrilling chase began. McGregor burst from the shed, spotting them instantly. His shouts echoed across the farmyard. They scrambled past sleeping chickens, feathers flying. A startled cat hissed, narrowly missing Corey. The garden fence loomed, a final, daunting obstacle. Its wooden planks seemed impossibly high. Corey rallied them. "Together! One last push!" They leaped. A synchronized, desperate jump. Tiny roots clawed for purchase on the wood. Landing softly on the other side, freedom tasted sweet. Battered but triumphant, they looked back at the garden. A vast, unknown world stretched before them. Corey smiled. True freedom was the journey itself. Bonds forged. They faced the exciting, uncertain future. New adventures awaited beyond the familiar fence.